Today on Strange Places. Obsolete Urbex, RNK All Day, and Exploring with Josh team up with Max Power to explore an abandoned Air Force base littered with the twisted debris and remains of airplanes that once owned the skies. So climb in the cockpit with Max Power and we will give you a full tour of this remarkable base turned museum turned aircraft cemetery.
You'll never guess what we found.
Alright. Yo, Rob, we gotta get out of here, bro. Security's on us.
Alright.
Alright, dude. I'm getting everything fired up, bro.
Fire it up.
Oh, hello, and welcome to Strange Places, where we go places that most people wouldn't dare to venture. And I'm your host, Max Power. You guys have caught me right in the middle of hijacking a plane because security is after us for going on an abandoned Air Force base. And right now I'm getting this C-130 here fired up, and we're going to try to make it out of here. So today on Strange Places, we are going to be exploring the abandoned Air Force base. We found a lot of cool stuff. We also found a lot of cool airplanes, a lot of cool aircraft parts, and we explore the interior of a C-130s. So guys, if you haven't already, please go down there right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. It really helps me out a lot. Here's the best part. You'll be able to see Strange Places videos the moment they come out, so go down there right now. It will take you 5 seconds. And now we take you to the abandoned Air Force base on Strange Places.
Caution. Caution.
Alright, here we go. Engine start. We're out of here.
You got it?
Good.
Alright.
I think we got away
Draw.
bro. I think we got away. Okay guys, we're walking around this abandoned Air Force base, and as soon as we turn the corner, you'll never guess what we found. That's a huge airplane. 4-prop aircraft.
Dude, I want to film that.
Is that a C? That's an old C-130, I think.
I actually misidentified the aircraft in the video. I continuously refer to it as a C-130 shown here when it is actually a C-133A. Other than being a 4-engine turboprop cargo plane, they look nothing alike. Come on, Max.
This is an abandoned Air Force base. Look at this hangar. This is just one of the hangars on this abandoned air base. It's right there. And there's the hangar. So guys, now we're in the museum. I bet they have some cool stuff in here. Oh my god. Check this the hell out. I mean, it's empty, but still. This is a huge hangar. This is where they used to keep Air Force aircraft. That's a secret top secret Air Force base. Guys, right now we're in one of the hangars. So this is where they used to keep aircraft way back in the day, and then they turned it into a museum, and they had a whole bunch of exhibits and display aircraft here, and then the museum became abandoned too.
Back in the day, this hangar held many vintage aircraft as part of the museum. Today, only posters remain.
This looks like a P-51A World War II era fighter aircraft. This is a P-50. These are P-51Ds. I don't know what that is. This is also a World War II aircraft. It's P-38. That's a fighter aircraft. Another P-51. Yeah, so there are some cool posters in here.
Then we came upon an Intercontinental Ballistic Missile exhibit in the hangar.
Oh, there used to be a missile silo exhibit right here. Minuteman Missile, in case of a nuclear attack. They launched the Minuteman missiles, and it looks like this used to be like a little exhibit showing off the Minuteman missile system. Open it up! Oh. Guys, there's a missile down there. RNK is going to open up the missile. We're going to launch it, guys. I don't know if I got that much energy. I'm getting it up. I'm opening this up because this is an exhibit for a Minuteman missile. I want to see what happens when you open the silo up. I don't know if there used to be a fake missile in there. Right now it's flooded. This is definitely a replica missile base. Because look, there's this thing too. Let's look in the fake missile base thing. Let's go down. I wonder if this is the fake missile. No way. Oh! As this was a Cold War missile silo exhibit, and this is supposed to simulate an actual Minuteman nuclear missile base.
This base replica was not only an exhibit, but it was a training ground for Minuteman missile crews. And that door that I opened was not a replica silo, it was a personnel hatch for missile crews. The giant slab in the middle was the real missile silo door. You can see it replicates a real Minuteman missile silo, shown here in this video.
So what happened is the Minuteman nuclear missiles were like our first line of defense. If the Soviets shot missiles at us, the first missiles to go up in the air to hit Russian targets would be the Minuteman missiles. And this is a really cool exhibit. It's even got the silo and everything. And I think there used to be a missile down there, or it's flooded. That's the problem. And I was so excited to go into this fake bunker and go all the way down to see the missile exhibit, and I didn't look at the water, and now my shoes are all wet. But otherwise, you know, it's a really cool exhibit.
But the museum was boring compared to what was waiting for us outside.
This is insane. Look at that. Look at that. It's a beauty.
Yeah,
we're in.
over that gate.
Let's go. Wow, look at all these scrapped engines. This looks like a piece of a private aircraft.
An aircraft graveyard, a field covered in the scrapped remains of once graceful flying machines, a cringeworthy scene for pilots and aviation enthusiasts, but treasure for us urban explorers.
This is the airplane graveyard section of the Air Force Base. There's just scrapped stuff everywhere. That is the big cargo plane that we want to get into. That looks absolutely nuts. We're gonna go check that out. There's also these smaller aircraft here. There's engines. There are fuselages. Look at the backs of aircraft. It's just a scrapyard. There's wings everywhere. So let's go check out this little thing first. This one. Let's go see what's in here. Guys. Welcome aboard Air Power. I am your pilot. Oh my god, this is so cool. Hydraulic pumps, oh my god. This is where the yokes used to be. They took out all the navigation systems and everything.
And I had a great view of the rest of the scrapyard from the cockpit of the former jet.
Welcome aboard Air Power. This is your Captain Max Power speaking. We seem to have lost all of our navigation systems and controls. We know you have a wide variety of selection for airlines. Thank you for choosing Max Power Air, but you obviously chose the wrong freaking airline. Too low. But seriously though, let's look at this cockpit. This is pretty cool. Wow. Let's try to get out of this.
It was time for the grand finale of this explore, getting into the massive abandoned C-133A cargo plane.
Guys, on the outside of the airplane, this big cargo plane. Obviously I'm dwarfed by this big cargo plane. It's huge, it's absolutely huge. 4 engines, it's a beast. And we're gonna go take a look inside this thing. We're gonna check out the cockpit, we're gonna check out the cargo hold, everything. Oh, okay guys, let's go. We're gonna get in the big plane. This thing is huge. Let's go into the aircraft, guys. It's gonna be sick. We'll turn the night vision on. Now you can better see the inside of this aircraft. This is what it looks like. But yeah, this is the interior of this cargo aircraft. I think it's a C-130. So right now we're in the tail section of the aircraft. We're on the cargo ramp. The cargo ramp's a bit unstable. You can't really see it that well. This is not a very good shot, but this is the cargo ramp. We're at the tail section of the airplane right now. This thing would raise and lower, and this is how they got the cargo into the aircraft. This ramp would lower to the ground, and they pull jeeps in here, they pull, you know, people in here, whatever supplies that they wanted to ship, they just push it into this ramp, close the ramp up, and get out. And then you can actually see the control panel for the ramp on the side of the fuselage. This is the control panel for the cargo ramp. So you'd work a series of these. Obviously, I don't know the process of how to turn it on, but all these controls right here would lower the ramp. Yeah, look it even says right here, door and ramp open by hydraulic hand pump. That's obviously a manual control in case the electrical systems fail. You'd use a hand pump. But yeah, look at all that. And then here's of course the cargo ramp. The fuselage towards the cockpit of the aircraft right now. This is crazy. Aircraft was a cargo aircraft, so most of the interior is actually completely bare. There's nothing much in the interior, just the shell. Let's take a look at the airplane cockpit. This should be really cool. Okay, guys. Wow. This is the interior. This is the cockpit of the aircraft. We're finally in the cockpit of the aircraft, and as you can see, this is a big 4-engine. I think it's a C-130. It's some sort of cargo plane. Right here, you'd have the navigator and the first engineer. They'd have maps here when this plane was operational, navigating, and they'd also be able to control various systems on the airplane. These are mostly circuit breakers, and there are also some instruments here, and they'd be able to control some aspects of the airplane from here. They'd also be able to monitor all the systems and make sure that everything was functioning properly. There'd be like a third person to monitor different systems and also do navigation. And then over this way, these are the two pilot seats. The pilot usually sits on the left side of the aircraft, just like if you're in a car. Co-pilot usually sits on the right side. What used to be here is like a steering wheel. It's called a yoke, which is kind of like a steering wheel. It controls your roll of the aircraft. Push it this way, steer it this way. Aircraft rolls like that. And then we got the rudder pedals down here. These are the rudder pedals. This turns the rudder of the aircraft, and that controls the aircraft like this. So you push this down, airplane goes like that. Right here we still have the throttle. Throttles, we got the prop feathering. Prop feather, it's too hard to explain what that does. I actually am not 100% sure what the prop feather does, but right here the throttle is 1, 2, 3, 4 engines. You can control these individually, or you can push them up and power them down at the same time. Max throttle is this way, and then if you want to pull back on the throttle, it goes that way. And both the pilot and the co-pilot have control of the throttles. Wait, why does it say max power? Hey guys, it's my name. Look, max power. So maybe that's weird because it says max power right here. So it looks like ground, reverse. Okay, so if you wanted to reverse, this is the max power for the reversing the props, I think. But if you want to, during flight, yeah, look, it says flight and then ground. So when you're on the ground, you can reverse it and stuff, but during flight, you don't want to reverse the props because your airplane will stall and it'll just get messed up. So during flight, you'd push these forward. This is max power. Here we got the instruments. A lot of the instruments have been ripped out. Artificial horizon's gone. It looks like the altimeter is gone. All that is essential information, but those have been ripped out. What we got left here is hydraulic pressure, oil pressure. This looks like warning gauges for the engines. So I don't know, emergency flap control. But most of the cool instruments have been taken out, which compass I think was there. And then this top panel is really cool. Everything on the top panel is still here. So look at the top, guys. These are, wow, this is the bailout alarm. So if you wanted to bail out of the aircraft, you press that. I don't know. Is this aircraft equipped with some sort of ejector seat? That's so cool. So if you wanted the crew to abandon the aircraft in midair, if you had a problem, go like that, turn the bailout alarm. That is so cool. Then we got, oh, this is how you started the engines. Yo, this is sick. Engine starts. So these are all different little things that control engine overheat and fire control. Fire control system, so these are basically fire extinguishers for the engines. So this is how you control the fire extinguishers inside of the engines. So, you know, you're flying, right? You're flying, you have like a warning indicator coming on. It says the number 4 engine is on fire. You go up here, you put out the fire by turning this thing like that. And that shuts down the engine, and at the same time, it extinguishes the fire. I don't know what these are. Overheat. These are more fire control switches. These might be interior ones. These are for the engines, and I think these are for the interior of the aircraft, maybe. Oil cooler doors. Wow, really, really cool stuff. You got lighting over here. And that pretty much does it for the cockpit. Yeah, this is where they'd see out. A little bit cramped in here. But, you know, United States Air Force aircraft, not made for comfort. So guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I'm your host, Max Power. See you next time on Strange Places. Guys, we're packed into the Audi right now.
Like
it's
crazy.
jail back
it's sardines here in here.
Yeah,
Josh and Esme are having a...
This is horrible right now.
It's a fun time. Let's do this.
I'm like a little hamster guy.
200 miles.